There's a big report out from Axios, which is that Joe Biden yells at his staff. Headline, Old Yeller, Biden's private fury. In public, President Biden likes to whisper to make a point. In private, he's prone to yelling. Apparently, his admonitions include, quote, gee, it, how the F don't you know this? Don't F and BS me. Get the F out of here, according to current and former Biden aides who have witnessed and been on the receiving end of such outbursts. It goes on to list all the mean things that Biden does to his staff and how much he's yelling at them. Okay. The way that this is being reported is as though this is a leak from the White House that's embarrassing to Joe Biden. And conservatives are taking that bait and they're saying, see this man, he's angry, he's a loose cannon, we need to rein him in, we need to get rid of this guy, he's just too vigorous and aggressive. I'm sorry to see conservatives taking this bait. This story is an obvious strategic leak by the pro-Biden forces. This was probably leaked by the Biden campaign. And the reason they leaked it is at a shallow level, it makes him look bad because he's yelling at his staff. But at a deeper level, it makes him look good because it counters the narrative that we all see with our own eyes, which is that Joe Biden is a vegetable. The bigger knock on Biden is not that he gets angry and fired up. The big knock on Biden is he doesn't know what day it is. He has absolutely no energy. He's wandering around like a zombie, and he couldn't possibly muster the vigor to yell at his staff. So they're countering that with an ostensibly negative story, but really it's not that negative. We kind of like it when executives get fired up, when they get a little bit angry, when they're tough on their staff. It means they're focused. It means their nose is in the details. It means they want to get something done. This is exactly the kind of image that Biden's campaign wants to paint about him. And so what happens? They get these secret leaks from sources close to Joe Biden, just coincidentally right now while his campaign is flailing, and they give it to an outlet that is obviously very open to the left wing, Axios. What they've done here, it's basically just the old Ronald Reagan mastermind sketch from Saturday Night Live.
All I can say is I didn't know. And well, we're trying to find out what happened because none of us know.
Well, thank you, Mr. President.
Well, I hope I've answered your questions as best I could, given the very little that I know. Goodbye, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Okay, get back in here. All right, let's get down to business. I'm only going to go through this once, so it's essential that you pay attention. 1, Casey.
Yes, sir.
You'll spearhead our new operation to fund the Contras. Back to work! Come on! All right. Now, Afghanistan needs more money. We've got $65.2 million tucked away in Zurich. Now, if we hold it there for another 30 days at 7.28% interest, that's roughly $400,000.
$397,200.
And 85. I know. Don't waste my time.
So this is one of the greatest sketches in the history of SNL. Highly recommend you go back and watch the whole thing. But this is just what the Biden people are trying to play him off as right now. The knock on Reagan was, well, he wasn't paying attention to detail, and he just wanted to be an actor and say nice lines. And so the joke, right, is that actually secretly he's the mastermind running the Iran-Contra scandal. That's exactly what they're doing here. Even this line that they're attributing to Joe Biden, how the F don't you know this? Don't effing BS me. The premise there is that Biden knows exactly what's going on, so he can sniff out the BS. How do you not know this? But I presumably know this, or I at least know what you don't know. And it's just the sketch. And it's not true. I am less inclined to believe that Joe Biden yells at his staff today, seeing this leak, than I was previously. They're trying to counteract a much more damaging and I think much truer narrative. Homeboy is a vegetable. Right now, go to grillblazer.com/Knowles. Thanks to our friends at Grill Blazer. Instant barbecue perfection is at the touch of your fingertips. Grill Blazer's grill guns are designed to do everything from expertly searing your meats to lighting charcoal grills, wood stoves, outdoor fireplaces, and just about anything you can think of where you would need high-power fire to solve your problem. I may or may not have sparked up a stogie with a Grill Blazer gun. You may have seen that. Grill Blazers offers two types of grill guns. The Grill Gun Basic is a high-power propane torch designed to light charcoal and wood grills and smokers. Burns up to 3,600 degrees. Its 30-inch flame is pretty much all you need a big bad torch to do. And then there's the Sous Vide Gun. Shorter barrel, perfect for professional culinary kitchen uses, from gently caramelizing brulee or other sugars and fruits to rapidly searing steaks outside on the grill. Warning, the grill gun will result in extreme grill envy from your neighbors. Right now, go get the grill gun from Grill Blazers. Go to grillblazer.com/Knowles. Use promo code Knowles for 15% off your order. Grillblazer.com/Knowles. Promo code Knowles for 15% off your order. Joe Biden, fading fast. He's got no answer on the age question, which was softball pitched to him by Fareed Zakaria on CNN.
You've often said when people ask you about your age, just watch me. And I think a lot of people do watch you and are impressed, and they think you've been a great president. You've brought the economy back. You've restored relations with the world. But many of these people do say, and these are ardent supporters of yours, the next thing he should do is step aside and let another generation of Democrats take the baton. Why are they wrong?
Well, let me, not right or wrong. Look, to use the phrase again, I think we're at an inflection point. I think the world is changing, and I think there is one thing that comes with age if you've been honest about it your whole life, and that is some wisdom. I think we're on the cusp of being able to make significant positive changes in the world.
This is going to be an unpopular take. I hate to say, it pains me that I have to say it. I basically agree with Joe Biden here. I agree with him in principle, because he's articulating a principle that conservatives have always known to be true, going all the way back to old Uncle Aristotle, which is that with age comes wisdom. I know there are some people on the right who are a little bit more libertarian-minded, who insist we need young people to run the country. We don't need those old fogies to run the country. We got to be super young. That's what's really important. I don't buy that at all. Aristotle writes in his Politics that you want the older people generally to rule, and you want the younger people generally to be the active, productive ones who are learning the ropes and who are growing in wisdom, and then one day when they get older, they will rule. This is why I thought the attacks on Dianne Feinstein were so ridiculous. Dianne Feinstein is a very aged senator. That's true. Senatrix, I guess. She's a lady senator. And what is she? She's 90 years old or something right now. She's obviously got some health problems. That's true. But people are making fun of her for being old. I thought, first of all, I'm glad that she's not quite so effective anymore, because it means that you don't have a younger, more vigorous, more radical Democrat in that seat from California. You've got a relatively more moderate Democrat. But two, do you know what Senate means? The word Senate refers to the Latin word senex, which is old. It means age. So you want that. That's how the system is built. Now, the problem with Joe Biden is that he's never possessed all that much wisdom. He's never possessed that much prudence. He's probably wiser today than he was 50 years ago. But his view of the country is wrong. He's more corrupt than other politicians. And so that's the issue. But it doesn't mean that we all of a sudden need a young guy. If you replace Joe Biden with Donald Trump today, 97% of the problems in the country would immediately improve. Maybe even more than that. Maybe you could replace him with a young guy like Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis seems to be a very sharp guy. He's got a great head on his shoulders. But even to that point, DeSantis' campaign is not doing very well right now in the Republican primary. I think the expectations for Ron DeSantis were much higher, and right now Trump is leading by a lot. Boy, what a great clip that was. Make sure that you subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. Ring that bell. We'll see you next time.